40,300,000 is the highest player count Fortnite has ever reached in its entire history. In fact, it happened just 14 months ago, during the musical event Remix the finale. However, still at Brainrot, one of the hundreds if not thousands of maps available on Roblox, has surpassed Fortnite's player count, and not by a few 100,000 players, but by more than 10 million, reaching the absurd figure of 25 million concurrent players playing at the same time. I think that if you're watching this video, it's very likely that you already know how Roblox works, but just in case you don't, I will explain it quickly and simply. Roblox is basically a gaming platform where you, as a player, can play thousands of different experiences across all kinds of genres, from a game that looks just like Counter-Strike, even using original Counter-Strike maps, to another one that's basically a horror game that can actually be genuinely scary. They are not cheap or poorly made. Now, one of these maps has stood out massively since last year and has far exceeded what anyone could have expected. And as I've already mentioned, that map is still a Brainrot. But how is it possible that a single Roblox map, one that looks less polished than Mind's Eye, has managed to surpass the player counts of the top 5 most played games simultaneously? To understand this, we need to go back to early 2025, when AI-generated memes started to go viral. Early formed, surreal memes mixing creatures with random objects, like Tuntun Sahur or Tralala. Like, I literally just googled some of these memes and found out they even have their own Wikipedia articles. They've got lore and everything. Taking advantage of this meme boom, Roblox map creator Spider Sammy read the situation perfectly and acted at the exact right moment. His success wasn't creative, it was strategic. He only needed to do one thing: identify which parts of the meme were scalable and turn them into playable mechanics. So why do kids spend hours and hours playing this Roblox map? What do they actually do? What is the game mode about? Well, the gameplay is actually pretty simple and easy to understand. In Still at Brainrot, players aim to acquire Brainrots, the Brainrot memes I just explained, and build wealth. The player starts with a base to store their Brainrots and a small amount of currency. In the middle of the map, there's a conveyor belt that allows players to purchase Brainrots, which generate income every few seconds. Players progress by buying rarer and more expensive Brainrots from the conveyor belt or by stealing them from other players, basically forming a simple gameplay loop. To defend against theft attempts, each base has a button that generates a temporary shield. Players can also purchase gear such as traps and items from the store to help with either defending their base or stealing from others. These items cost either in-game currency or Roblox premium currency, Robux. Players can also rebirth, resetting their progress in exchange for better stats and additional currency. The thing is, even after understanding the game's mechanics and the memes behind it, I still cannot fully grasp how this game has managed to maintain such a massive player base. Personally, I find it extremely boring due to how repetitive it is. You get your Brainrots, earn money, automate your income like any other tycoon game, and then what? As someone who doesn't play this type of game, I see it as something that isn't really playing, it's just watching our number go up. And the way that number goes up is not limited to just playing and grinding for hours. You can also progress using Roblox virtual currency as I said. With it, you can buy stronger gear to steal Brainrots more efficiently, improve your base's defenses, and therefore increase your progression speed. But this is not exclusive to this map. Many Roblox experiences allow you to spend Robux to obtain skins, accessories, animations, VIP areas, private servers, or, as I mentioned before, direct in-game advantages, making them clearly pay to win. On top of that, you cannot even progress as deeply as you can in other tycoon games. Oh, and by the way, the sound of the Brainrots moving along the conveyor belt honestly makes me feel almost schizophrenic.
Fluriflura, Nubini Cacanini, Hippopotamo, Boneca Ambalabu, Svinina Bombardino.
So I started analyzing this map more deeply. What exactly makes it so appealing? I searched all over the internet, which basically means I checked all the Reddit forums, and I didn't find anything particularly useful until I came across one user who said it's a simple and rewarding game. And yeah, that's a basic principle of psychology called operant conditioning with intermittent reinforcement. I hope I pronounced it correctly. You get a Brainrot, it generates money, someone steals it, you lose progress, sometimes you steal one yourself, instant dopamine hit. This is intermittent reinforcement, the same principle used in slot machines, loot boxes, and aggressive idle games. On top of that, there's loss aversion. From a psychological perspective, people feel the pain of loss more strongly than the satisfaction of an equivalent gain. In Still a Brainrot, when a child loses a Brainrot, they are not just losing a virtual item, they are losing the time invested and the status associated with it. That sense of injustice creates anger and a strong urge to keep playing in order to get back what's mine. Another key factor is direct social conflict. The game does not pit the player against the system, but against other people. For kids, emotionally charged social interactions, rivalry, revenge, triumph are far more stimulating than abstract challenges, since they appeal directly to our primary emotions. And what might be the most obvious and essential factor of all, you don't have to think at all, or to put it more professionally, it minimizes cognitive load. In the end, it requires no real planning or complex decision making. Everything is visual, immediate, and repetitive. So as a 20-year-old who has been playing games pretty much his entire life, I ask myself, were the games we played as kids really this simple and repetitive? In my case, the franchise we played the most by far was Call of Duty. Everyone I played with on PS4 was addicted to it, and if you ever simplify it, you could describe it in a similar way to Still a Brainrot. Kill, positive reinforcement, die, punishment, and repeat, at least in multiplayer, which is what most people played, even though I was more of a zombies guy. But if you look deeper, there's actually more to it. You can improve your reflexes and reaction-based motor skills. You train cognitive flexibility by checking the minimap, listening to footsteps, tracking your ammo, and aiming all at the same time. You learn how weapons and their attachments work, and most importantly, you learn how to work as a team with your teammates to try to win the match, even though realistically everyone just does their own thing. Or in modes like Search and Destroy, you learn to plan bomb plans or defuses and play tactically to preserve the single life you have each round. However, at the end of the day, both are just games. The purpose of both is simply to have fun. It's not like someone boots up Call of Duty thinking, yes, of course, today I would like to improve my cognitive flexibility through multitasking. No, literally nobody does that. You just want to have fun, shoot some stuff with your friends, and that's it. And the same can happen with Still a Brainrot. If you enjoy playing it, then play it, because what are games made for if not for people to have fun? Thank you guys for watching the video. If you enjoyed watching it, please like and subscribe. See you next time.